Welcome to this 12th episode of Inside Tulsa Athletics. Our show today will be featuring 8 of our soccer programs from around the district. This will be boys and girls teams from East Central, Memorial, Booker T, and Edison. The soccer season will open in 5 short weeks. Scrimmages begin in 3 weeks. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with Connor Whitham, the head soccer coach of the East Central Cardinals. Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and our first guest today, who also has a birthday today, Connor Whitham. He is the head boys soccer coach at East Central. Connor, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You feel older?
A little bit.
A little bit older.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, when you have babies, you feel a little bit older.
You feel a little older, yeah, a lot older, real quick.
Well, congratulations on your son.
Thank
and
you.
Everything, and your birthday. It's
Thanks.
always good to make another one.
Yeah, right.
So, how long have you been at East Central?
So this is my 10th year at East Central. I was the assistant coach for the first 3 years under Josh Diamond, and then I've been the head coach this is my 7th year.
I see. During that time, East Central soccer has become synonymous with winning and success. Why do you think that is the case?
I think it has a lot to do with good kids. We have great kids who are obviously good soccer players, but they also are good kids in the classroom. They're good kids in the community. They for the most part do the right things. And then also we have great coaches. I mean, Josh Diamond laid a great foundation for the program. Then I got to work under him and learn the intricacies of how do you run a program. And since then, I've had several great assistant coaches. We've had great school administration who supports our program and supports our kids. And so it's not a me thing. It has nothing to do with, Connor Whitham or Josh Diamond before me. It has a lot to do with the whole team of people who work hard to make sure that the kids are able to have success.
Soccer is an important program in that area of Tulsa as well.
It is. A lot of kids play. The junior high team has always got lots of kids. Kids are always at the school playing, even when the facilities are locked up. They're getting
Yes.
over the fences to play. And although, you don't want kids on the facility after hours, it's good for our program that kids are always clamoring to play soccer because that way they're always getting better.
I agree. When I was the director of athletics for the Guthrie Public Schools, I'll never forget, the principal called me one night and said, these kids are coming back in the gym and playing basketball. I can't get them out of here. I said, Earl, why do they want to go home? Mm-hmm. So it's a problem, but
Yeah.
it's a good problem.
Yeah.
At least they're being constructive and not tearing things up. So you had your preseason. You're going through preseason right now. You got 3 more weeks before you can actually scrimmage. But how does the preseason drills been going?
It's been going really well. We only graduated a few guys from last year's team, and so we've had a good foundation of kids who know the drill, who know that you got to run and get in shape, who know the style of play that we want to do. They know all those things, and so we just kind of getting the new guys kind of rounded in, and we have a lot of guys who tasted success last year and were a penalty shootout away from making it to the finals, and so they are hungry because they want to go the next step this year and not have heartbreak in the semifinals.
So how are your numbers?
They're good. I have about 36 or so guys in the program and had lots more come to try out. But when you only have one assistant coach and, not a lot of hands to help, you can only take so many. And so
Sure.
I usually try to cap it between 35 and 40. And that's
Are you
that's
going to
a
be
good
able
number.
to play a JV schedule?
Oh, yeah. We have probably 15 to 20 guys that will be pretty much exclusively JV guys this year. They're just young and, they just need to learn a little bit. They've got a full schedule. I think it's 14 or 15 games where we're playing against guys in our district. We're going to a tournament to play in a JV tournament. We're playing a few 6A schools. to get some experience. And so it should be really, really good. And that's one of the reasons our program has been good, is because we've gotten young guys a lot of reps early when it doesn't really matter. They can make mistakes, and that's okay.
In-game reps are always important.
Oh, yeah.
You can't replicate that in practice.
No, you cannot.
You can do the drills and the skills and everything, but as far as that competition and playing against somebody else other than your teammate every day in practice, so that's a good thing. As you look at your district, who do you need to beat in your district?
Well, obviously the first one I'm going to say is Rogers. They beat us in a shootout last year, and they ended up winning the district. And they've got a great team. They've got a good coach. And so that's obviously one for us. Okay, we lost a game that we probably should have won. So we want to get that one back. Kawita is building a decent little program out there, and they've got a good coach out there. Grove moved into the district, and they've got some good kids and some good athletic kids. Claremore always gives us a little bit of a game and a little bit of a struggle. Collinsville has been growing their program, and so we've got a lot of good teams in the district. We can't afford to ever overlook anybody, because for a lot of teams, like East Central is their game they circle on their schedule, and so we have to stay sharp for every game because we get everybody's best shot. We can't ever take any nights off.
Well, every Tuesday and Friday is a championship game for the other team.
It is.
There's no question. That's how it goes. Well, good luck this year as you prepare for another run at it, and hopefully we'll be able to have you back right before the playoffs, and you can tell us how you got to the playoffs and how successful you've been. Yeah,
that's the hope. I think that we've got a good team. I think as compared to years past, we have a team that's a full team of 15, a little more depth that can all contribute. And, we don't rely maybe on individuals as much, which should really see us good through the season.
Fantastic. We'll have you back then.
All right, appreciate it.
When we come back, we'll have Jonathon Salay, the girls' soccer coach at East Central.
Hey Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against one tough competitor, glass.
That's right, only glass bottles and jars are recyclable. Don't even think about sinking a drink in glass or mirror. Always good to empty your glass bottles and jars before recycling.
These two get it, emptying both bottles from far out, and they remove the lids. Score big by recycling your glass bottles and jars. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hales means that you have to be consistent, outgoing, and be dedicated because students at Nathan Hale look up to the football team.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale has taught me to be confident and disciplined, and always to be open-minded and always ready to work with people no matter how difficult it is.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and now we have Jonathon Salay, the head girls soccer coach of the East Central Cardinals. Jonathon, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it is soccer season, and we've had preseason now for a while. We probably won't have it today since we're going to have snow this afternoon, but that's typical in the spring. How have your preseason workouts been?
They've been great, actually. I mean, the weather's been nice for unusually warm for this time of year, so that definitely helps being outside and getting to do some ball work and things like that.
Been really good, I'm sure, conditioning-wise, to be able to do that when it's not so cold. That you pull muscles and hamstrings and everything else. How has how's your numbers with your girls?
No, numbers are up this year. I had a good group of freshman girls who came in. I'm up to about 10 freshman girls on the team this year, so a lot more than the last 3 or 4 years, so that helps.
That'll be good. As you build your program too there, that's outstanding. How long have you been at East Central?
So I've been at East Central for 4 years now. This is my second year as the girls' head coach. I was Connor Whitham's assistant for 2 years prior to this.
And you made it through that.
So. I made it through that, yeah. So
Connor does a good job. We're glad he's there. As you look at your program, has it developed the way you want it to through the preseason and as you get ready for this year?
Yeah, I've had a good group of girls who've kind of stepped up and definitely have taken on larger roles than expected. We graduated most of our back line last year, so I've had a lot of girls who have stepped up on their own and said, hey, like I'm willing to take on a different position to help the team, and willing to just do whatever it takes and learn a whole new position kind of in one preseason. So that's always nice to have.
Tell us a little bit about your background, your soccer days and so on.
Yeah, so like I said, this is my 4th year coaching at East Central. Prior to this, I coached in Tahlequah for 4 years with Greg Hall, and learned a lot from him. Kind of played. I've always grown up playing. Played in the high school, and then I went to Bethany College in Kansas and played there. And then I played a little bit in Ammanford in Wales. So I did a little bit of that, yeah.
How was that overseas?
It's definitely different. I mean, it's a whole new game as comparison to like what I've grown up playing here. So
More intense?
Definitely more intense, yeah.
A little more intense.
A lot more.
You just see that in the crowds are more intense. As you gone through your preseason, who are some of the young ladies that have stepped up?
I have a great senior. She was our captain last year. Her name's Bellany, and she's going to step up, and she's one of those players I was mentioning to you about, where she's going to kind of learn how to play center back for us and kind of fill in some of our spots. We have a sophomore girl named Daisy. She's moved from outside back to center back, and she's going to help. And then I just have a good group of seniors, and we have girls like Kiera, and she does a lot of work for us outside on the wings. She's like an 80-minute player, just will burn and burn and burn until her wheels fall off. So it's great to have someone like that.
Well, it's good that you have some that are going to step up into other positions. I think that's sometimes a difficult thing, to have somebody move.
Exactly. Yeah. So
one of the rules I had as a head football coach was that anytime we moved a guy from one position to the other, I'd have the position coach and me meet with him. And if that young man did not want to move, I'd tell him, I said, this is what's best for the team. This may not be the best for you right now, but you're probably going to play more at this other position than you would.
Exactly. It's all about the team.
Yeah, so, that's it. The bottom line, you've got to sacrifice sometimes to get that thing done. As you look at your schedule, do you have scrimmages coming up?
Yeah. So we have an opening game against the Wasso, and then we actually we play Tahlequah at home. So it's kind of like a reunion game for me, seeing Coach Hall again.
Yeah.
We have quite a few home games this year, so that's always nice. I don't have to travel as far. And then I think our furthest preseason game is Uluga. We travel to them. So.
Well, I notice you're really not in the travel district. The other district is kind of a travel district.
Exactly. So I'm glad.
Who do you have to beat in District 4 to be able to qualify?
So our district is very strong, I'd say, on the girls' side. I mean, we have Coweta, Collinsville, Claremore, and they're always kind of the juggernauts of our league. So it's always tough to go play them and try and win a game against them. We have Grove, who moved into our district last year, and they were a strong team as well. So it's just trying to find one of those games where you can sneak a goal off of somebody and come away with a win.
Yeah, Grove moving back into 5A, they've been up and down, but they have some pretty good athletes.
They do. They had a bunch of tall girls last year. So
did they?
Yeah. So it's always a challenge in our district of finding that height.
You got to find athletes.
Yeah, you got to find athletes.
There you go. Well, thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
We're glad that you're here, Jonathon, and we hopefully will have you back when we get to the playoff time, and you'll be involved.
Yeah, I'll bring you some good news.
I do too.
All right.
When we come back, we'll have Nikki West, who's the head boys coach at Memorial High School.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is looking to defend their title against aluminum and steel cans.
Bob, most people think of the kitchen for this opponent, but aluminum and steel cans, like empty shaving cream cans, also play extremely well in bathrooms all over Tulsa. That was nothing but bin, Bob.
Wow, right into the bin. Team Johnson has buttoned up another win. Score big by recycling your aluminum and steel cans. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Booker T. Washington has taught me to carry myself with class as an athlete, student, and friend, and to have responsibility on and off the field, and that It's the littlest things that will make all the difference in the long run.
Being an athlete at Memorial High School has taught me to be a better person, because when you play sports, attitude is the main thing you have to deal with, not just your own, but other people's. It also teaches you to be the bigger person.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Our guest today is Nikki West, the head boys soccer coach at Memorial. Nikki, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How long have you been the head boys coach at Memorial?
I started the COVID year, so this is like 3.5 for me.
3.5 years, yeah. And before that?
I was coached over as assistant with the boys, and then before that I was at Booker T.
Booker T, yeah.
Yep.
So you've been in Tulsa Public Schools how long?
Since the fall of 2010.
2010, so 12 years, 13 years.
Yep.
Yeah, very good. Well, you've seen a lot of changes in high school soccer, I think, probably during that time.
Yes, definitely.
Has it gotten better?
It's gotten a lot better. Yes, the level of play across the board is just much better and much more competitive. It's been really fun.
What do you attribute that to?
Probably the pickup of club soccer and just the popularity of the sport. It's growing, and with the World Cup, I imagine it's going to be growing even more in the next 4 to 8 years. So it's really going to take off.
I think those national or worldwide kinds of things, the Olympics, we always used to think that in those every 4 years, gymnastics was a big
right.
thing, And I noticed last night they said that there were 7,800 at OU for the gymnastics meet.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's unbelievable, for that. But anyhow, I think that the emphasis placed on that is the participation in youth soccer up again.
It is. Yeah. Yep. And I think that, just even with social media and the ability to watch soccer over in Europe, it's really helped the kids watch high level of play from their living rooms. And because of that, it's translated into play, which has been really nice.
I think that makes a lot of difference. People don't realize how much can be gained just by watching. Mm-hmm. I think they see them execute different moves and things, and they're going to try them.
Yep.
They're going to try them. I think that's good. Well, let's talk about your team. How do you look as you go into this season? You have some preseason practice.
Yep.
How does it look?
Right now, we're just trying to get fit. I'm really excited. Last year, we only returned 7 players and had a bunch of new guys, and so it was just sort of a building year, and we had the injury bug, and it was kind of a mess. But the good part about that is this year, we have a ton of guys coming back with a lot of experience. So It's a fun group. They're all best friends. They did what they were supposed to in the classroom first semester, really high team GPA, which I'm proud of. So we're getting there.
Chemistry is always important.
Mm-hmm.
When things get a little tough and everything, if we're all on the same page, you've got a chance.
And it's just fun. If you're playing with your best friends, it's enjoyable across the board. So
as you look at your district, who are some of the teams you need to beat?
I think a big matchup for us is Durant. I feel like us and Durant kind of flip-flop, and it's a hard game to play when you're on the road. So that's always a big game for us. We have done better at playing Edison and Bishop Kelly tighter, so it'll be another opportunity to compete and kind of measure up against those two. They're always 1 and 2 in our district. Mm-hmm. So those are big games. And then we're in the travel district, but this year we're at home for all but we go to Bishop Kelly and we go to Edison, which is literally crossing the other half of the field.
Mm-hmm.
So our schedule's really nice this year. So
yeah, I was going to say that travel is difficult.
Yes.
Dale City, Shawnee, Durant,
and McAllister. We went on the road all last year, so now they all come to us. So.
I would think you could break that up a little bit more, because as I look at District 4, they don't have near the travel.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's geography based. I'm not really sure.
Well, it's nobody is ever really happy with their district.
But it's fun when you're staying in the same district, because you have the cameraderie with the other coaches, and the kids, and I enjoy playing whoever.
Well, you can establish those rivalries with them, which you don't have. So you like the district assignment?
I do, and it allows us, so we'll play Glenpool from the other district, we'll play East Central from the other district, so it kind of gives you You have
Good luck.
5 non-district games you can play, so you get to play teams from other districts and kind of maintain. I think us and East Central have played against each other for as long as I can remember. So
That brings up a question. As I look through the information from the Activity Association, I noticed that the coaches brought forward, and I thought this was always the rule anyway, but that you could play 8 matches in one tournament or 11 matches in no tournament. Has that changed?
I think we've upped it to where you can do 2 tournaments and 3 non-district, because you have your 7 district games no matter what. And
Right.
so it's either 1 tournament and 5 non-district or 2 tournaments and 3
I
non-districts.
see. Okay.
So it just sort of depends. For us, 1 tournament's better just because we're smaller in numbers. So if you tend to get hurt through tournaments because it's multiple games in a short amount of time.
Right,
So
right, back to
it gives
back.
you the flexibility of, if you have a lot of numbers and you want kids to play in tournaments, you can go to 2. So it's nice how it's set up.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and good luck this year. I
Thank you.
hope you have a good one, and we'll have you back when we get down to playoff time.
Awesome. That sounds
Okay.
good. Hopefully we're
All right.
there. I appreciate it.
We'll be right back with Mark Dover, the head girls coach from Memorial.
Hey, Tulsa, we have a crushing recycle play of the day for you. Team Johnson versus paper and cardboard.
They're starting off slow today, probably trying to figure out what to do with those styrofoam plates, since they're not recyclable.
There's the big play we were waiting for. Boom! Completely empty cardboard boxes dunked in the cart. Score big by recycling your cardboard and paper. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Edison High School has taught me to work as a team rather than as an individual. Whenever you're on a team, you have a special bond with each other. You know you can rely on them in a time of need, whether on or off the court. Whether it be a shoulder to cry on or advice on how you can improve, you know your team will always be there for you.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Mark Dover, the head girls soccer coach at Memorial, but also the director of athletics. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Boy, Mark, how long have you been at Memorial?
So this is my 16th year there. This will be my 12th year as head coach. So it's been a while.
And you went to school there?
And I went to school there, yes.
Gee whiz, you're a Charger through and through, I think.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's talk about soccer. You switched from boys to girls.
Yes.
How's that transition been?
It's been really smooth. It does have its speed bumps along the way. And I made the switch officially 4 years ago when we promoted Nikki West to the boys team. And so this is my first graduating class that I've had since they were freshmen. Obviously, the first year was a little bit bumpy with COVID, but I'm excited to see them, like all of their dreams kind of come to fruition. And we've had success in the recent past. But the girls program has always been really close to me. I started off as an assistant with the girls program and the boys program, and so it's soccer just at Memorial in general has been really close.
Yeah, well, that's and been fairly successful too. You've had some really good teams and good individuals. As you look at your preseason practice times and everything now, how does the team look?
Good. So we've taken on a larger amount of girls than we've had in the recent past. Obviously, again, COVID kind of deterred some of our participants, and they wanted to take some time off. So we've taken on more girls. Our off season was really strong, focusing on fundamentals. We've kind of built upon that, and with preseason practices, our main goal is to get in shape, get fit, conditioning, and really lately it's been a lot of muscle management and injury management, which is to be expected. But I feel like so far preseason's been really strong.
They always talk about prevention is a lot better than rehabilitation.
Right.
And if you get fit before you start, you have a better chance, even if you do get injured. So how are your numbers?
Numbers are really good. Like I said, we've increased our number of participants. 2 years ago, during at the end of the pandemic, we were right around 16 girls, which is really hard to manage a soccer team. Right now, we're hovering right around 24, 25, and so we'll have a couple JV games this year to kind of get some more participation, get the younger girls more experience. It's the experience that they get just from being in a game day atmosphere is invaluable, and I feel like the girls that we have in the program are locked in, and they're actually like buying into what we're giving them.
You know, practice is one thing, but replicating game experience, you can't, right? In practice. It has to be, and even in a scrimmage, when you scrimmage in a squad, it's still not the same as a game and going against somebody else. As you look at your, and you've had them for 4 years now, who are some of your leaders and some of your outstanding players?
So our three captains have a plethora of experience. Kalia Love is one of our seniors. She is a 4-year starter. I think I've only subbed her out one time in her 3 years that she's played for me. Layla Gosnell really stepped up as a sophomore after COVID and played every game last year, a lot of minutes. And then we have a junior captain, Liliana Barra, that is, I feel, one of the best players in the state for her age group. She plays ECNL, just got back from Florida, playing in a showcase there. And she's one of our real leaders in midfield and like one of our attackers.
Has club soccer helped high school soccer?
I think all soccer helps high school soccer. Having discussed this with some of the coaches, even if they're just playing recreational soccer, just getting the touches, and I'll be honest, even them getting touches at home, any type of touch, whether they're kicking the ball against a wall and working on their fundamentals, I feel has benefited high school soccer. We're seeing an increase, I think, statewide in participation in soccer, and I really believe that any kid that wants to play soccer has the ability to play soccer. Has
the opportunity, yeah, you bet. Oh, and your district, which is kind of a travel district, you have a lot of opportunities to be on that yellow. Who you need to beat?
Like you said, we are in the travel district. We luckily last year we played all of our away games. Durant, Shawnee, McAllister. Those and that takes a lot out, and we had some big wins from that. We played McAllister 100 minutes, went to penalty kicks and won, and then the next game we went to Spalpa, same thing, 100 minutes, and because we were fit, we were able to get another victory. Those two teams, I have a lot of respect for their coaches. They really care. Our district, I think, is one of the hardest districts in 5A on the girls' side, and you can't mention our district without talking about Memorial Edison rivalry. And Coach Sandberg's done a great job with that program. He's really building them up and has created the bridge from the middle school to the high school. And so that's a game that we always look forward to. But again, it's hard to replicate that kind of pressure in practice. And
that's the championship on the south side.
I think so. Yeah.
There's no question. Who owns the fortune?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, Mark, good luck this year.
Thank you.
Hope you have a great year. And when we come back, we'll have Kevin Kwarteng, the head boys soccer coach at Booker T.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against one tough competitor, glass.
That's right. Only glass bottles and jars are recyclable. Don't even think about sinking a drink in glass or mirror. Always good to empty your glass bottles and jars before recycling.
These two get it, emptying both bottles from far out, and they remove the lids. Score big by recycling your glass bottles and jars. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
I feel like athletics is so important at Tulsa Central because it's an outlet for some of our kids there. They get a better opportunity to basically give back to our community.
At McLean, the sports is what mainly drives a bunch of the students to come to school every single day and work hard because they want to be able to come from the classroom to the field or the court and show at what they're good at.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and now we have Kevin Kwarteng, the head boys soccer coach of the Booker T. Washington Hornets. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I tell you what, it's the soccer season. You can tell because it's starting to rain and snow.
Yes, that's very true.
It's kind of how it always is, but you've had tremendous weather, really, for preseason workouts and everything. How are they going?
Oh, they're going really well, really well. Weather's been amazing. The boys been out enjoying it. We're just trying to play a lot as we can.
You bet. So, how you've got good numbers?
Yes, we got a squad of 40, 16 seniors returning. So We got a very mature group. I would say good leaders, good role models, good leaders. So yeah.
Well, 16 seniors, that's big.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good to keep that retention in your program and carry over there. As you get through your preseason, your numbers are good, and so on. You got about 3 weeks before our first scrimmage.
Yes, I think our first game's against Bartlesville on February the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, tough game. I'm ready, very ready for it.
Well, it's good. It's good to get those out early. Get them behind you.
Yeah.
You can figure out what you need to work on.
Yes.
And
yes,
if you got the right players in the right position.
Yes, indeed. Bartlesville was a good game. They have extremely good players. I think it will test us of where we are, all our preseason training. I think it will be like a very good test of gauge where we are. And
will that be here or there?
They'll be over there.
Over there in Bartlesville. Okay. Well, that's good. As you look at your training and everything, what do you try to get done in these early days prior to that first scrimmage?
So what we've been working on a lot is possession-based stuff, team chemistry. Even though we have 16 returners, we have at least half the team who are new guys, so freshmen and sophomores. So loads of possession, loads of drills that basically make you speak or make you communicate with your other teammates. So it's just stuff like that.
Will you be able to play a JV schedule?
Yes, we're going to play both varsity and JV schedule. Majority, if we play Bartlesville, we play JV Bartlesville as well.
Okay.
So exciting, very exciting.
That's good. Do you have a relationship with your feeder at Carver?
So last year, one of the parents was actually the head coach. This year, I believe he stepped down, family issues and stuff. So I haven't had as much communication as I would like, but I still go out and watch their games. I'm ready for their season also.
Sure.
We picked up 4 boys from Carver last year, so we do have a good relationship, but I want to keep continuing to grow it.
Absolutely. That's critical to the growth of the program and continuing through the program. Who are some of your prospects, your good players this year?
So we got a freshman called Whitham, electrifying player, always trying to attack, which is very good, I would assume. Who else is there? I don't like to say names because I feel like
you'll leave somebody out.
Yeah, our whole squad is good, but right now he's just been on fire, so I would mention him. Hopefully we don't have as much injuries as last year. Some of the returning boys actually get to play games this year instead of being injured. So
with that many seniors now, do you have a pretty good rotation of numbers?
Oh yes. Obviously, we try to make it as competitive as possible. I expect my seniors to start. However, we do have some lower classmen, some freshmen, some sophomores who are exciting, who are hungry to play. And I love that because it makes the seniors a bit humble, but it also makes the seniors want to compete for their spot. So it's a good, healthy chemistry and atmosphere for the whole squad. But yes, we got some good rotations. I don't actually believe I got a start in 11. I have 2 teams that I believe are equally as good as each other.
I see.
So I'm really excited about the depth we had in our team this year as well.
That'll be good too, as you talk about injuries and you can plug one in when one goes out. Yeah, that's
Last
important.
Year we had a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Well, it's they say that prevention is better than rehabilitation.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good to be able to train and get them in shape, and hopefully they can be in better shape for that. All right, so who do you have to beat to win?
I believe it always comes down to this game, and that game is always BA. Last year it came down to them to get the seating that we wanted. We lost to them. We went last instead of first. So obviously, small car brilliant guy. He was the old coach. So some of the players, especially the seniors there, they have this rivalry sort of thing, this little build up of like stuff. So I would say BA is the team to beat this year.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here today, and good luck through this year, and hopefully we'll have you back before the playoffs.
Oh, thank you.
And when we come back, we'll have Michael Umelo, the girls coach from Booker T.
Hey Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against a tough competitor, plastic.
Don't trust those numbers on the bottom. You have to stick to what you know. Only bottles and jugs found in the kitchen, bath, or laundry. They're quick to pick up. And empty those bottles before sinking that shot.
Always empty your bottles before recycling. Score big by recycling your plastic bottles and jugs. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
I love Will Rogers Athletics because it helped me physically, spiritually, and emotionally through all the journeys I've been through at that school. All of the support staff helped me a lot, and it's just an amazing school.
Athletics at Will Rogers changed my life because it became a second family. With the support of my coaches and teammates, it's helped me gain confidence, work as a team, and will help me in college and in life.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Michael Umelo, the head girls soccer coach, Booker T. Washington Hornets. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I tell you, it is a soccer season, obviously.
Yes.
We've got, about 3 weeks before we can actually scrimmage somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, but so how's the preseason going for the Hornets?
It's been going pretty good. So far, we have a few injuries, but they're not long term. So we're looking forward to having everyone back. We have some preseason tournament coming up in a few weeks, so we're looking forward to those.
So if you working through that, it's always better to get those injuries out of the way during the preseason, isn't it?
Yes, that's true. And we've been having some of our players going to the athletic trainers who has been really resourceful, helping us to be able to manage them and the workload that they have. So that's been really good. Nobody wants to have injury, but it's part of the game, and
it's a part of the game. Yeah, it's inevitability it's going to happen, and it's just you got to prepare all you can and train all you can to make sure, because preventative is better than rehab.
Yeah, yes.
There's no question. So, how are your numbers?
Right now, we have about close to 40 players. And a majority of them are freshmen. We decided to take younger kids so we can be able to develop them for the next coming 3 years.
Sure.
So we took a lot of young, and we have 11 seniors, and 5 juniors, and a few sophomores.
Those last two numbers, juniors and sophomores, probably a little bit of a product of the pandemic. And the time that we lost kids out of the program. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's too bad. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Obviously, my name is Michael. My middle name is Obi. Last name is Umelo, pronounced Melo as well. I was born in Nigeria and moved to the U.S. During my high school year. Graduated from Metro Christian Academy and went on to play college, soccer, and professionally. And after graduating from college, moved back to Tulsa, tried to give back to the sports. So I started coaching at youth soccer club. I've coached for club name Tulsa Thunder, Tulsa Soccer Club, and Bliss Academy FC. Currently, I coach at Bliss Academy FC, and this is my first year at Booker T's, and looking forward to that.
How long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching for 21 years now.
All
It's going to be 21 years. So as soon as I finished college, I jumped right into coaching.
Excellent. Where did you go to college?
I went to John Brown University and also a small college called Whitham College that used to be a junior college that became a 4-year college. So I was one of the first year program.
At Bacon?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, my son was the head baseball coach at Bacon.
Oh, really?
At one time, yeah.
Okay.
I know where Bacon is. I've been there. Well, that's great. Who are some of your players that have kind of shown out during your preseason workouts?
Obviously, all our players have been doing immense work, but we have Piper Safrinsky that will be attending University of Tulsa girls soccer program. So we're excited about that. That we have a local girl that will be going to TU, and we have Madeline Matulis, and we have Kate Porter, and Ava Connolly, and we have a few other players coming in.
Good. So you've got one already committed. Do we
Yes.
have others?
No, she's the only one going on to pursue soccer career. The other ones are going to colleges for other different reasons.
I see. How is your feeder program? Carver has a good soccer program?
As a matter of fact, being my first year, I was just talking with the coaches at the back room there. I'm going to try to be able to communicate with our school athletic director so I can be able to go to Carver and meet with the principal and the athletic department people so we can be able to start early on discussing about soccer, and if we can be able to come up and help with the younger kids so that when they come to high school, they already have a little bit of understanding of what to expect. So I'm looking forward to going to Carver to meet them.
Well, that's good. Kevin Williams is the athletic director. You'll
Okay.
like Kevin,
Okay.
and Elton Sykes, the principal.
Okay.
Good guys, and they care about their program. They want those kids to succeed. So I think that'll be good. In the last minute that we have, who do you have to beat to win that championship?
Wow. Well, I would think we will hope to beat everyone, but we'll try to be able. We have all the biggest schools than us, like Union. We're gonna play. We got Stillwater. We got Battersville. We're gonna have to be able to compete with those schools. They're larger in numbers than we are, so if we can be able to keep up with those, then that will give us a little bit chance to moving on to playoffs.
Super. Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Welcome to TPS, and good luck this year. And hopefully we'll have you back right before the playoffs, and you can tell us how you're going to do in the playoffs.
I will hope so. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Michael.
Appreciate
When we come
it.
back, we'll have Jason Rogers, the head boys coach at Edison.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is looking to defend their title against aluminum and steel cans.
Bob, most people think of the kitchen for this opponent, but aluminum and steel cans, like empty shaving cream cans, also play extremely well in bathrooms all over Tulsa. That was nothing but bin, Bob.
Wow, right into the bin. Team Johnson has buttoned up another win. Score big by recycling your aluminum and steel cans. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Edison High School has taught me to work as a team rather than as an individual. Whenever you're on a team, you have a special bond with each other. You know you can rely on them in a time of need, whether on or off the court. Whether it be a shoulder to cry on or advice on how you can improve, you know your team will always be there for you.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Jason Rogers, the head boys soccer coach at Thomas Edison High School. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's soccer season.
It's about less than a month away. I'm pretty excited.
You know, the reason I can tell it's soccer season, it's snowing today.
I prefer that not to come, but
Isn't that
yes.
something? You know, it seems like you get already, we've had a pretty good time getting to this point.
Yep, 60s were nice.
Yeah, the weather has been good. So let's talk a little bit about your preseason workouts and everything. How's everything going?
You know, we obviously show up for 7th hour every day, and you know, some days, especially right now, we got to get fit. So we have quite a bit of conditioning, and then just technical work, getting familiar with each other. As you know, you got new ones coming in. New ones have been added to the team that maybe didn't make it last year. But we are, you know, working towards that February 16th first preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty excited.
In your preseason, how many scrimmages do you have?
Well, we had, you know, you get 3 dates, and on those dates you can play as many games as you want. So our first date is Hall and Hall, which we've held since I've been here for 9 years. Every year we play them preseason. Then we go to Hilldale on a Saturday and play 3 or 4 games, just short games against other schools, and then we finish it off with Bixby.
I see.
So,
okay. Who all will be at Hilldale?
Oh man, I forgot a couple. Obviously, Hilldale will be there, Verdigris, and I think our other game is Tahlequah. But there's other schools that are there.
All
that,
coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are really beneficial. Do you film those?
We like to. It's more of just getting. I have a big rotation on those kind of games to get kids that maybe I'm not sure are ready, to see if they are ready. And some show me that they aren't ready, that I'm getting time to, that I need to pull back some of their minutes. So it's more of a, I probably should, but the games are just so short. You don't have a lot of things that you can really discuss about because the rotation's so much and so quick.
Well, it's good to replicate game type against somebody else.
Yes.
You play yourself till you're blue in the face.
Yeah, and that gets old. Sometimes that can cause some things at training sessions. You're just tired of kicking the same person, and that person's tired of you kicking them. So you're ready for those first couple games, so that it's somebody else that you're kicking.
Sure. How's your numbers?
We are, roughly around 35 kids, which is what I'd like to keep it at. Just because more than that, it's just there's not, never enough space, or equipment. But a good number is 35 for us, and we've got a good even amount of seniors, juniors, sophomores, and a couple special freshmen.
So able to play a JV schedule?
Oh yes, full schedule, 15 games. Last year, they got kind of messed up by the snow, a couple snows we had, and it ruined one of their tournaments. So, but they have a full schedule. Our JV group is pretty good. It's actually older than it has been in the past, just because of how many juniors and seniors we have.
Yeah.
So that's good that they we can get minutes. The bad thing is that we've in our district and in our class, it's still a lot of schools don't have JVs, have enough for JVs, so we have to go play the unions and the BAs, and we're not as big as they are. And a lot of those kids on those JV teams could probably play on our varsity. So, but it's good for them. They get games. And we can at least find those kids. Games.
Sure. Well, and playing up doesn't hurt.
No.
It helps them because they see a different skill level.
Oh, yes.
I think that's important. So, who are some of your outstanding players?
Well, I have a returner, Cooper Falling, who shout out to Coach Parrish and co for the basketball team. He's one of their better basketball players, and we hopefully won't get to see him till after state. Right. That would be the goal for him, but he's one of our captains, one of our best players, highly recruited for soccer. He's a returner. Then we have a couple of seniors, Liam, Cooper, another Cooper, Cook, our goalkeeper, Max, who came out last year as a sophomore. He's going to be a junior, 6'4", just an unbelievable athlete. We have, a couple freshmen, Luis and Gael, very, very, very special players for the future. I mean, they're going to be immediately impacting our group. So I'm excited about them. Hank, Moy, a lot of seniors, and a couple of the juniors, Christian, that are going to have to carry us in some big games. But I think they're up for the task.
Good. Well, who do you have to beat in your district?
Well, it's always that red and white team. I don't like to say their names, but Bishop Kelly is always a big one for our district. I think a lot of people are sleeping on even a team that, you don't hear of a lot in the soccer realm, high school realm. Durant has 4 or 5 very special players. Those kind of teams that Coweta even isn't in our district, but usually line up with us in the playoffs. There's a lot of big athletes on their teams that, and with surrounded by good players, can cause problems.
Sure.
So, and then you always, of course, have the East Centrals, and those teams. Rogers killed us last year. Hopefully, we can maybe see them sometime down the road and make up.
Maybe a playoff.
Something like
exactly.
that. Yes.
Well, we're glad you're here. Good luck this year, and I hope we'll have you back before the playoffs.
Thank you. I hope I come back with some good news.
We'll be right back with Cole Sandberg, the girls' coach at Edison.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is looking to defend their title against aluminum and steel cans.
Bob, most people think of the kitchen for this opponent, but aluminum and steel cans, like empty shaving cream cans, also play extremely well in bathrooms all over Tulsa. That was nothing but bin, Bob.
Wow, right into the bin. Team Johnson has buttoned up another win. Score big by recycling your aluminum and steel cans. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hales means that you have to be consistent, outgoing, and be dedicated because students at Nathan Hale look up to the football team.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale has taught me to be confident and disciplined and always to be open-minded and always ready to work with people no matter how difficult it is.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Cole Sandberg, the head girls soccer coach at Thomas Edison High School. Cole, welcome to the game.
Hi there.
How preseason? The weather is always a deal, but you've probably had some pretty good opportunities to train, haven't you?
We have a lot of good days lately. We have a good indoor facility though when it is cold, so we've been keeping up with fitness, weight room, any chance we get. So yeah, we've been doing well.
How long have you been at Edison?
This will be my second full year at Edison. I was the boys assistant for 2 years. Went to the state championship with Jason with the boys, and then I took over the girls program last year. Got our first win in 2 years, so it was good. It was exciting.
How is that transition from boys to girls?
It's a big transition. I grew up in a household full of girls though, so I kind of knew how to manage it a little bit. And I have a really good assistant, Penny Day. She helps me deal with all the girl relationships and everything that comes with that, and I can really handle and focus more just like on the soccer aspect of everything.
You know, I always think about my son was a college baseball coach, and he got out of that business, and he's at Tahlequah, and they offered him after 1 year as the assistant baseball coach to be the head softball coach. Mm-hmm. And he called me up and said, "Dad, what do you think?" And I said, "Well, your sister played big time softball over the country. Matt, you've probably been more softball games than anybody."
Yeah.
We go to the first game. They have their little huddle. He's standing 10 feet away. Okay, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, his last game, they were all together.
Yeah.
But it takes time.
It takes time, yeah.
To get
It's
that
different.
transition. Well, that's good. As you prepare for the season, how are your numbers?
Good. This is we have about 40 girls in our program right now. 2 years ago, we only had 13 girls in our program, so yeah, we're building back. So we have a full JV team, full varsity team. So it's
That's
looking good this
fantastic.
year.
We'll be able to play a number of JV matches.
Yes, we'll have about 11 JV games,
Gee whiz,
so
that's
about
great.
at least 15 to 20 varsity games.
That's what we've talked about. It's really hard to replicate game opportunities in practice.
Mhm.
You just can't do that.
No, it's hard.
But well, that's good. I'm glad those numbers are outstanding. As you get into this season, who are some of your outstanding players?
Some of our outstanding players. Well, we have 3 seniors that will definitely be leaders this year. We have Ayla McCaslin, Alejandra Avina, and then Summer Sandberg, actually my sister. So I convinced her to come back and play soccer, so she'll be our goalie this year. And then one of our juniors, Riley Isbell, will help us out a lot. And then we have a good sophomore class and some good freshmen that'll come in and help us a lot.
That's good. And how's your junior high?
Junior high, we actually won the TPS league last year, so we have good numbers coming in next year. Hopefully we keep them all at Edison, so looking forward to that.
I think that's a benefit that not every school in Tulsa has, but when you have both campuses on the same street, it's easy to get those connections with those student athletes to stay in your program and move forward. As you look at your district, do you have to travel this year? Or
we do. We have to go to Durant this year, and we also have to go to Shawnee this year. So Durant, we're kind of on that cusp of 3rd, 4th, 5th place. So we have to get a big win over either Durant, Memorial, Bishop Kelly, hopefully, and Sepulpa. So if we can get one win over one of those teams, I think we have a good shot of making the playoffs this year.
You're going to be in the playoffs, yeah. Who you think is the best team in that group?
Bishop Kelly,
Bishop
for sure.
Kelly.
Yeah.
And you got to beat them. And where do you play them, at home or away?
We play them at home. It's actually our senior night, our last game of the year. So hopefully that will give them a little bit of motivation to.
That'll be good.
See if we can get something.
How do you making that transition? A lot of youth soccer is played on grass, and of course all of our fields are turf. How is that transition?
I think kids now, I grew up playing on mostly grass, but I think kids now, especially around here in the Tulsa area, they've all grown up on turf. So anytime they play on grass, they think it's weird to play on grass. And so
Really?
yeah, so it's weird with this new generation. But
Yeah, that is interesting. Of course, most of the indoor facilities, that all these
they're
other
all
leagues, are all
Mhm.
turf.
They're all
and
turf, so
everything.
they
Yeah.
think grass is weird. So
Do a lot of your kids play indoor soccer?
they do, yeah. A lot of them do. They all play in the Friday night Hispanic leagues. I'd like to play in it too. It's fun. It keeps them all going year round. So we like it.
You bet. Do you have a lot of kids that play just soccer, or do they play other sports?
We have kids. We have girls that are still in Palm right now. We have volleyball girls. We have girls going to golf. I encourage multiple sport athletes. I don't want you to just do soccer.
I think you're wise to do that. I think I see more and more the professional athletes making that pitch that you need to play more than one sport.
Yeah,
when you're
definitely.
growing up, and I think from the standpoint of rehabilitation, prevention, injury prevention, you need to use different muscle groups.
It's tough doing
If
the
you're
same
always
thing,
using the
yeah.
same muscle group with that, you're going to have a chance to be
Exactly.
injured. I think.
Exactly.
Well, Cole, glad you're here. Good luck
Thank you.
on your travels
I appreciate
in
it. I
that
appreciate
district,
it.
and hopefully we'll have you back before the playoffs.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
We'll be back in 1 minute after all these messages.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against one tough competitor, glass.
That's right. Only glass bottles and jars are recyclable. Don't even think about sinking a drink in glass or mirror. Always good to empty your glass bottles and jars before recycling.
These two get it, emptying both bottles from far out, and they remove the lids. Score big by recycling your glass bottles and jars. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Booker T. Washington has taught me to carry myself with class as an athlete, student, and friend, and to have responsibility on and off the field, and that it's the littlest things that will make all the difference in the long run.
Being an athlete at Memorial High School has taught me to be a better person, because when you play sports, attitude is the main thing you have to deal with. Not just your own, but other people's. It also teaches you to be the bigger person.
We hope you enjoyed today's show featuring 8 of our outstanding soccer programs in TPS. Preseason practice continues until February 15th, when the teams may schedule scrimmages prior to their March 1 opening date. Also, don't forget our outstanding basketball teams at each of the schools as we move closer to the playoff. Each week, these games mean so much in seeding for the playoffs. In the rankings this week, we have 6 teams that are ranked in the top 10 in their various classes. Our student athletes need your support, and the winter season comes to a close. The playoff time is just around the corner. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of exciting news of TPS Athletics.